Hello.
Biyahe nyo.
Ayos naman.
Napanood ko lang kayo sa agribusiness.
Sir.
Yung may-ari ng poultry doon sa San Pablo, andun.
Sabi
ko pupunta kayo, gusto ko mag...
Ay, sige po.
Alam mo ba, sir, sabi niya, di ba nirereklamo yung poultry niya?
Oo.
Pinakita niya yung video natin.
Oo.
Yung kinakaykay natin yung uot.
May prueba na siya.
Sir, ito yung avid follower mo.
Ay, hello sir. Buddy po.
Sir, buddy, idol.
Ay, thank you sir. Hello ma'am. Hello ma'am.
Nung na-meet ko siya, dahil nakita ro yung vlog natin, video.
Yung tuloy-tuloy na videos.
Malangaw.
Oh, lately lang.
Yes, sir.
Fan na fan niya kayo eh. Pero bakit manood ka dito?
Thank you po.
Testimonial na.
Salamat po. Salamat po. Hello sir. Buddy po.
Sir,
Hello sir. Good afternoon po.
Sir, siya yung owner ng San Pablo.
Ah, okay sir. Walang langaw talaga sir.
Gusto mo bang matuto ng agribusiness, crops, livestock and poultry, aquaculture, at ma-inspire sa mga success stories? Agribusiness How It Works! As a YouTube channel, Agribusiness features entrepreneurs, farmers, organizations, OFWs, investors. However, beyond our usual content and official endorsements, Agribusiness does not engage in other business dealings with them. While our viewers and featured individuals and entities may choose to pursue business deals with each other on their own, we encourage them to be cautious in doing so.
Welcome to our Thanksgiving celebration here at APS Farmyard. This afternoon, this day, we gather not just to share good food and laughter, but to celebrate a major milestone. Nearly 12 years of our flagship product, Domino 5SC. This success story would not be possible without each and every one of you.
We have with us one of our special guests, Mr. Buddy Gansenia from Agribusiness. Recently, they featured our company, kaya maraming pong salamat. Thank you for being here today. President of the Philippine Association of Entomologists from 2004 to 2005, President of the Weed Science Society of the Philippines for 2 terms, and President of the Pest Management Council of the Philippines from 2014 to 2015. He also held as OIC Director of the Syngenta Foundation from 2010 to 2012. The most outstanding entomologist in the crop protection industry, 2002. Please join me in giving a warm round of applause to our guest speaker, Dr. Nabalio T. Saavedra.
The first slide that you have seen on Pest International is metamorphosis. Okay? Pag hindi niyo ginamit ng wasto, ang pesticide ay hindi mag-metamorphosize ang mga Lepidoptera kagaya niyan. Kaya importante na dapat we follow the guidelines on pesticide management, now known, popularly known ngayon ang pesticide stewardship. Because where is my slide? Okay, because before it's just pesticide management. The pesticide management, ang focus lang dito ay use, no? And benefits, use benefit ng pesticide. Ito yung, by the way, stewardship is the ethical and responsible management of a product from discovery to disposal. Okay? That means hanggang sa pag-dispose natin ng pesticide entry container, which is a very big issue right now. Okay? We'll go to that. So, basically, ito yung dalawa, no? Yung task stewardship is promote safe and effective use of pesticides and then minimize, no? if not totally eliminate the unwarranted effect of pesticides on health and the environment. Yan po yung pesticide management. Kaya sinabi ko, if you don't use the pesticide, hindi magme-metamorphosize yung Lepidoptera, yung paru-paro na sinabi ni Adrian, at baka maging hindi ka aya-aya, no? Pesticide, remember, pesticide is media magnet, okay? Pesticide is media magnet. Any issue about pesticide, lalo-lalo na ito hinahandle ng mga malalaking kumpanya, yung mga malalaki yung brand equity, ano yan, pipikapin yan ng media, i-blow up yan, okay? So, huwag na natin hintayin yun, okay? So, ito yung different facets or stages ng product life cycle, no? It starts from research and development, manufacturing, storage, transportation, and traceability. Dito sa storage and transport, basically dun sa transport, dito tayo nagkukulang, no? Sa pest control. Because basically, ang transport dito sa pest control, kumpara dun sa agriculture, mas simple yung transport dito. Basically, ika nga sa transport, sa pest control, ay makikita mo nakamotor. Okay? Tapos, yung mga hindi naman separate yung cab, no? Magkakasama, incorporated, yung mga pesticide, yung mga waters, and what have you, including the spray equipment. So, ano yung implications nun? Delikado yun, no? Okay, so, kasunod dito, integrated pest management, dito yung isang focus natin, and then responsible use, but meron naman tayong programa sa empty container management. Do we have program for that? Anyone? Meron ba? Wala? Wala. Okay. So, meron tayong Extended Product Recovery Act of 2022 as mandated by EMB, Environmental Management Bureau, no? Okay? So, ito, basically, ang focus natin. Okay? From transport, use, dun sa use, medyo kabisado na ninyo, pero dito, sa dalawang ito, medyo malabo pa. Okay? So, okay, sa transport, sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, basically, there should be a separate compartment between, okay, the driver in the stock and then the chemicals. Kaya ba natin gawin yun? Siguro, mga 30% lang sa may estimate ko. Kaya sabi ko nga, motor, okay? Yung iba naman, yung mga L300, sabihin na natin, Suzuki Super Carry, magkakasama. So, ano yung dapat nating gagawin dito? Okay? The answer is, pag sa motorcycle, gumamit tayo ng utility boxes or safe lock boxes, and the load should be secured. Nasabihin nyo, sir, pwede ba yung mga, ano ba yun? Yung tawag, yung plastic na okay. Na pwede namang lagyan din yun ng ano eh, ng pesticide, no? Secure naman doon. But, it is contradictory to the Environmental Plastic Recovery Act of 2022. Huwag na tayong magparami ng problema sa plastic pollution. Okay? Sa plastic pollution. Kaya ito yung nire-recommend ko. Okay? Ito yung pesticide lock boxes. So, meron niyang lock, no? Para secured. Kaya pwede yung gamitin mo sa transport. And then kung maliit lang naman, ang quantity kailangan mo sa bahay, no? Pwede mong temporary storage sa bahay na hindi mapapaglaruan ng mga bata at hindi makukuha ng mga ibang tao. Except yung may hawak ng susi. Okay? So meron ka na diyang safety, no? Safety in terms of pesticide poisoning and safety in terms of sa mga posibleng magnakaw ng inyong produkto. Okay? Huwag lang dadalhin yung buo. Kaya lump sum yun, no? Kaya hindi po pwede yun. Pag dinala ninyo, yan yung nakita ko na pwede nating i-adapt, no? In terms of transport, no? Doon naman sa mga close bag, pwede rin ninyong gamitin dito. Kalimitan naman ay hindi ganun karami ng quantity ang dinadala ninyo. Kung marami, maggawa kayo ng mas malaking boxes, no? This is made of marine plywood, no? Marine plywood, ang ginamit namin dyan is 5/8 lang yung thick, no? Pero pwede rin gamitin nyo yung mas malaki, yung 3/4 or 1 inch ang kapal, okay? So, ito yung dimension, no? Yung ginawa namin sa Craftlight, no? Dimension, ito yun, 14 by 14 and 18 1/4. So it has a capacity of 4 liters, okay? Then it can prevent spills in case of accident. Kasi halimbawa, basag yung bote, pag maganda yung pagkakagawa nyo, contained lang siya. And then the odor that would be emitted would be at the minimum, okay? So, this can be used in transporting pesticide from the office to the client, no? Okay? Pag maliit lang, 4 liters, I believe, ito yung lalo halimbawa sa general pest control, ito lang baka sobra pa. Except for termite control, no? Or soil poisoning na you need sometimes a large quantity depending on the size of the structure that you're going to treat. Okay? So, yan po yung ating isa sa transport. And then next. So, the storage naman, ito yung principle natin. Lock and key. No? Lock and key. And then store separately from foods and feedstuff. Do not store excess product into beverage container. Okay. So, lock and key. So, nakita nyo, lock and key. No? And then, keep away from reach of children kung hindi kayang paglaruan ng bata. And then, store separately from foods and feedstuff. Meron tayong example dyan. Na pinaghalo-halo yung pesticide na sample at saka yung mga condiments. Ayun, ang nangyari. Okay? And then, dito naman, do not store excess product into food and beverage. Why? Because yung kung mga juice drink natin, soft drinks, kakulay ng pesticide. Tama? Diba? Eh kung halimbawa, nilagay nyo, pinatang nyo sila mesa. Eh itong anak natin, galing sa eskwela, nagtatanak po, uy, mayroon pala ditong inumin. Ho ako, ininom. Okay? So, ano mangyayari? Delikado yun. Kaya, yan po yung mga standard rules sa ating pesticide management. Okay? So, ito yan. So, dito, ginawa ko ito sa FAO. Dito, narito tinatanong dito, ano ang mali dito? Ang mali, nasa loob ng kwarto. Oh, kaya mali yung FAO. Kaya lagi sinasabi ko yan, mali. Okay. Dito naman sa isa, ano naman mali dito? Masyadong malakwas yung grill, no? Yung iron railings. Kaya abutin ng bata, mabuksan, kahit matanda, mabubuksan yan. Okay? Yan ang sinasabi ko. So, mas magaling tayo kaysa sa mga gumawa nyo sa FAO. Okay? Kaya pag nakita ko yung auto na sabi ko, mali ginawa ninyo. Okay? Kasi, kita nyo very obvious. So, ito yon. Keep storage under lock and key and from reach of children. So, kita nyo na Okay. So, always make sure that pesticides are stored separately from foods and other feedstuff. Okay? So, next. Yan. Do not repack into other container. Okay? Yan. Okay? So, I have a very interesting story dito. So, in crop protection, when I'm doing the registration of the very popular herbicide, Gramoxone, before, ang kulay niyan, kulay brown. Okay? Tapos, ginawa namin kulay blue. So, dinagdagan pa ng iba-ibang ingredient, no, para maging safety. Lumabas naman yung Pepsi Blue. Kaya nahabi ko, napurnada naman ako dito. Okay, so, kaya do not choose, nasabi ko na, kung bakit hindi pwedeng ilagay. Because of accident, and to tell you frankly, in 1960, when Gramoxone was introduced in the UK, ayun, nilagay nila sa baso. Marami pong namatay doon na English, mga British. Kaya ininom nila yung nasa baso Gramoxone. Kakulay po ng Coke yun. So, hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas. Okay? So, okay, next. Yan, yung mga pesticide black box natin. Marami, ano? Yan, okay? Next ulit. Ito, yung sinasabi natin, yung accidental poisoning, hininda, binili ng mga bata, kinain, ano ang resulta? When a school children dry, yung marhuya kasaba, that is because of storage issues. Hinihalo doon sa lalagyan ng pagkain. That one, ibig sabihin, matapang. Okay? Pesticide storage is the reason. Then, another one, anong lesson doon? Sino marunong mo nang mag-administer sa inyo ng first aid? Pesticide poisoning. Anyone? Sino marunong? Ha? Sino marunong? Wala? Ha? Oh my God. So di ba meron akong last slide yata na ituturo ko sa inyo, no? It's not part of this stewardship, pero alam ko na kailangan yon. Kaya because yung reason dito, storage, kaya namatay yung mga bata, nobody knows how to administer first aid. Kung meron doon, maaaring hindi namatay o nakaligtas lahat yung bata. Kunti lang siguro. Saan ba nakukuha yung mga exposure sa pig? Pesticide. Weighing, no? Or measurement of pesticide, mixing, loading application, loading and then application. Sa tingin nyo, saan pinaka maraming contamination nakukuha? Is it during application or is it during mixing? Anyone? During mixing. Kasi you are handling concentrated product. Kaya importante din yung mga PPE. Alam ba nyo kung mga required PPE and advice to different category, tox category of pesticide? Alam niyo? Ha? Alam niyo? Magbibigay ako ng quiz. Ha? Okay, so, yan ang mga positive contamination na pwede natin makuha. Okay? So, ito yung different classification based on category. Meron ba tayong red? Meron, red label. Ha? Tayo talaga. Meron, red label nga lang, pero napakasamang inumin nun, ano? Parang latak na latak yun eh. Pero hinanda yata niya sa inyo, blue label eh. Tama ba? Tama ba, Arthur? Blue label ba? O, blue label naman pala. Okay. So, dito blue. Kasi dito baliktad eh. Mas mahal yung blue kaysa doon sa green eh. So, I have mentioned, ano ba? What PPE in each of the different tox category? Ano ba? What PPE to use? Anyone? Okay. So, next slide. Hahaba tayo. Okay? So, ito yun. So, there are two sets of advice and PPE dito sa label. Okay? The one on the left and the other on the right. Okay? So, bakit may left and right yan? Ano ibig sabihin yan? Okay, the one on your left is the PPE and advice that you should follow during mixing. Okay? On your right side is the PPE requirement and advice that you should follow during application. Okay? So, get? Okay. Bibigyan ko sa example. Dito sa category 1, during mixing, kinakailangan magsuot ng respirator. During application, ang susuot, mask na lang. Okay? Bakit respirator dito? Because you are handling a highly concentrated product while during application, you are already handling a much diluted product. Kaya, mas kumukunti yung requirement dito. Okay? So, ano ibig sabihin nito? Itong pictogram na ito. Ha? Hindi Ay, ibig sabihin nito ay chicken and cattle do not enter. Kaya talaga. Ay, ito. Ha? Fish do not enter. Hindi. Ibig sabihin yan, marine pollutant. Dapat may nakalagay doon sa mga outside carton natin. Ha? Pero wala naglalagay. Kasi pag nakita yan, sabihin, delikado yan masyado. Okay? Nobody follows. So ito naman, keep away domesticated animals when handling pesticide. Okay, so ngayon, kita nyo, kung pakunti ng pakunti yung advice and PPE as from red to green. So, ano ang PPE? Pag green ang gagamitin nyo. Anong PPE ang gagamitin nyo sa green? During application. Ano? Walang PPE during application. But meron PPE during mixing. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo eh. So, nakuha nyo naman dito ng picture, hindi pa? Ha? Okay, so yan ang ibig sabihin yan. Okay? So, madaling tandaan. Okay? So, get. Okay, next. Okay, pesticide waste, empty container. As I have mentioned, ito yung pinakamalaking issue. Okay? Next. Okay, because napakaraming batas na ating susundin dyan sa disposal. Okay? Ano yun? Clean Water Act, Clean Air Act, and then Solid Waste Management Act. Tatlo batas po na dapat susundin natin sa disposal ng empty container and obsolete stocks. Okay? Next. So yan. Okay? Nasabi ko na yan. Tandaan niyo yan yung mga Republic Act na yan. Ha? Okay? Next. Okay. Yan. Anti-burning. Before, yung mga cartons natin pwede sunugin. Pero ngayon, hindi na pwede. So, ano ang alternative natin na natitira? Okay? Next. So, yan. Next. So, this is our guide in the disposal of empty containers. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce, this is the ultimate. Okay? Yung reuse, ito sa mga glass bottle. Ito naman recycle. Ito naman doon sa mga plastic bottle. Okay? So, next. Kasi ano yan. Okay, guidelines. Number 1, yung mga empties ninyo, dapat ita-triple ring. No? And then, paano gagawin sa pinaghugasan? Itatapon sa kanal. Tama ba? Kayo talaga. Ay, yung pinaghugasan, spray na ninyo. So, collection. Dito sa collection, kasi dito, pag yung talagang thermal gasification, ang pinapayagan lang po dito ay high thermal combustion or thermal gasification. Ito po yung pinapayagan ng DENR. Okay? But, meron challenge dyan. Dalawa lang na kumpanya ang pwede dito. One is Cemex, Regenera, and the other one is Holcim. Pero, kinakailangan nyo per batch delivery sa kanilang facility, 2 tonelada. 2 tons ng pesticide waste. 2 tonelada at magbabayad kayo ng 60 pesos per kilo. Ha? Okay? Yun. 60 pesos per kilo. So, and then yung sa transport niyan, hindi basta nyo yung transport dyan. Aarkila pa kayo ng mga accredited ng DENR to transport your pesticide waste. Okay? Hindi po kagaya ng mga product natin, hindi naman accredited ng DENR. But if you are transporting pesticide waste that includes empty container, you need to secure or to hire that is accredited by DENR. Okay? So, next. Ito yung sinabi natin is high temperature combustion. Ang by Republic Act 8749, kinakailangan ang operating temperature natin is no less than 800 degrees Celsius. Okay? Ang operating temperature po nitong cement plant is 2,000 degrees Celsius. Kaya maganda po yung kanilang operation. Kaya ibig sabihin nun, pag gano'n ang operating temperature, wala pong smoke na na-generate. Okay? Ano ang operating temperature ng cremation? It's approximately the same temperature. No? Kaya pag nakita nyo doon sa mga cremation plant, nagkakaroon ng usok, mababa po yung operating temperature nila. Okay? Kaya yung mga usok na lumalabas doon, that is toxic. No? Kaya kailangan walang usok. And that only happen if your operating temperature is more than 1,000 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, meron bang alternative dito? Next. Okay, nasabi ko na yan, no? Yung whole seam at saka Cemex Regenera. Yung whole seam, meron po itong, I think, La Union, no? La Union, Cebu, Davao. Itong Cemex, meron ito sa Tanay Rizal, then Cebu, I don't know kung meron din silang Davao. Okay? Kaya ano yun. So, meron ba tayong alternative? Rather than having our waste disposed by these two cement plant. So, meron ba? Okay, next. So, okay, nasabi ko na yan. So, okay, next. Okay. Meron po tayong alternative. When I was the chair of Stewardship Craftlife, ito yung pinusubukan namin. Drum incinerator. Ito yung ina-advocate ko ngayon. But, may challenge. Ang operating temperature na nakuha namin noon is only 600 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, kinakailangan natin dito siguro ng mga engineers to design itong portable drum incinerator so that each barangay, each pest control operator will have one. No? Para hindi na tayo problema diyan sa disposal. Diba? Pero it should operate at anong temperature? 800 degrees Celsius. That is a challenge for all of us. How to make that? Kaya ba? I believe so. Kaya. Kaya lang hindi ito nabigyan ng attention. No? And I believe, itong association na ito, dapat medyo bigyan ng pansin on how to make drum incinerator for disposal of pesticide waste and empty container. Okay? So, kaya nga ito yun. Yung sinabi ko na lahat. And then also, doon sa mga LGU, siguro kailan kung walang drum incinerator, dapat magpa sila ng local ordinance. The way we did in Benguet Province sa crop protection. No? Nag-pass ng provincial ordinance, pero kami rin ang nag-drop ng ordinance na yun. Okay, yung mga liga-liga lang, yan ang pinabahala namin doon sa Sangguniang Panlalawigan o Benguet. Kaya yun, ang nakalagay doon is Benguet Provincial Ordinance 150 Series of 2011. Okay? So, matagal po yung panahon. Okay, next. So, after handling pesticide, practice excellent hygiene. Okay? Para maiwasan yung contamination. And then, kasunod yan, yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na treatment of pesticide poisoning. The first aid. Next. Okay? So, ito yung first aid management of pesticide poisoning. Okay? Number 1. So, huwag na lang natin dito sa empty stomach. Ito yung trabaho na ng mga doktor. Dito tayo sa limit gastrointestinal absorption. Okay? So, pag nakainom ng pesticide, yung isang tao, kailangan bigyan mo siya ng activated charcoal. Okay? Ito yun, okay? 50 grams. Ang dose niyan is approximately 50 to 100 grams, no, per adult. And 2 grams, no, 2 grams for every kilogram sa children. Kung 20, di 40 lang siya. Okay? And then, paano mo ipapainom? Mix it with water. Mix with water. Natanong gano'ng kadami na tubig. Ang standard dyan is yung 30 grams is 30 to 50 grams is 350 ml na tubig. Okay? O, pwede mag-testing muna kayo. Pag hindi na bumabara sa lalamunan nyo, ano? Ayun ang gawin ninyong dilution. Diba? That's practical. Mamaya sabihin ko, ay, masyadong malapot eh. Pag bumara dito sa lalamunan, lalong madadali yun. Diba? Kaya yun. Ngayon, kung wala namang activated charcoal, ang tanong, pwede bang gamitin yung ordinary charcoal? Ang sinasabi ng medical doctor, hindi pwede. Ako, hindi naman ako medical doctor. Sa akin, pwede yun. The issue here is contamination. Okay? Baka madumi yung uling. Ha? Baka merong bacteria, gano'n. Ay di gawin nyo, pabagahin muna ninyo. Okay? Di ba? Tapos ang dikdikin. Although, the absorptive capacity of ordinary charcoal is only 1/3 of the activated charcoal. So, ano implications nun? Aba, di marami kayo ipapainom. Kung kaya, ng pasyente. Ha? Eh, kung hindi nasa dibdib na lugar, meron ka ba activated charcoal? Wala. So, I would rather gamble, yung lagi ko sinasabi sa mga medical doctor, because we commission yung mga medical doctor to train on pesticide, management of pesticide poisoning, lalong-lalo sa poisoning. Kaya sabi ko, Doc, hindi ako agree sa mga sinasabi niyo na hindi pwede. Sa akin, pwede yan. At sasabihin ko yan during my lecture. Okay? So, kung walang mga ganyan, ano naman ang pwede? Ano bang ginagawa na activated charcoal? It absorbs all kinds of toxicant, no? Doon sa ating stomach. Kumakapit yan, parang minamagnet, no? Minamagnet. Kaya nawawala yung pagkalasot niya kasi na-magnet na eh. Okay? So, kung wala activated charcoal, ito naman egg white. Okay? Egg white, 8 egg white per adult, no? Per adult. And then 6 naman doon sa mga bata. Okay, ano man ginagawa ng egg white? Yung beaten egg white. Nilalagyan niya yung layer ng stomach. Binabalot. To prevent absorption of the toxicant by the stomach. Thank you. Maraming salamat. At sana meron kayong naintindihan sa aking lecture.
Agribusiness merch is now available on Shopee and Lazada. Agribusiness, how it works. Instruct, inspire, succeed.